and welcome to the next video, guys. This video is for all people interested in the versatile use in the definition of this special material. Colophonium, or also called rosin or colophony, is a solid form of resin obtained from plants and some other plants. The solidified essence obtained by steam distillation from pine resin with a conchoidal fracture and glassy sheen. The name is derived from the Latin colophonium and colophonia, a distillation residue from the production of turpentine or turpentine oil, of the liquid pitch from conifers or palm trees and some other trees and plants. That is made from, in most cases, from their balsam or rootstocks. It is, like you see, semi-transparent, and it can vary from light yellow like this to reddish brown to very dark color. The material is transparent and easily splinters when cold. At room temperature, rosin is brittle, but it melts at stove temperature. The main components are easily oxidizing resin acids such as abiotic and primary acids, as well as small amounts of saponifiable substances, so-called esters, and unsaponifiable terpene hydrocarbons. Rosin is insoluble in water, but soluble in alcohol and many other organic solvents. The softening point of rosin, which differs in its origin and its quality, is generally between 80 and 120 degrees. The term colophony comes from colophonia resina, Latin for resin from colophon. This is ancient Greek for colophonia, or Romanized colophonia resin or resin, from an ancient Ionic city. This was one of the first, so the city of Colophon was one of the first in Greek, producing colophonium historically brief. Let's go further to properties of colophonium. So we said the practical melting point varies with different origin from the rosin, so some being semi-fluid at the temperature of boiling water, others melting from 100 to 120 degrees. It is very flammable, burning with a smoky flame, so care should be taken when melting it. So it is soluble in alcohol, ether, benzene, and chloroform. Rosin consists mainly of abiotic acid and combines with caustic alkalis to form salts, so-called rosinates or pinates, that are known as rosin soaps. In addition to its extensive use in soap making, rosin is largely employed in making varnishes, maybe you know it from there, including fine violin varnishes, sealing wax, and various adhesives. It is also used for preparing shoemakers' wax, for pitching lager beer casks, and numerous other purposes, such as providing baking surfaces, for example, to tinware, copperware, or even silver and gold vessels when embossing or engraving them. It is relatively low melting point, and firm solid form allows liquid rosin to be poured into the vessel, and when cooled allows embossing or engraving of the vessel without deforming the vessel. Even if it has a skin which is quite thin. Afterwards, the object can be reheated in an oven and rosin poured out for reuse. Any remaining rosin film can easily be rinsed away with alcohol or other solvents. Rosin is also sometimes used as internal reinforcement for very thin-skinned metal objects, things like silver, copper, tin plate, candlesticks, or sculptures, where it is simply melted, poured into a hollow, thin-skinned object and left to harden. In a way, like, yeah, I do my art, and yeah, at last we come to its various uses. So rosin is an ingredient in printing inks. Not everyone knows that. By photocopying and laser printing paper for the writability of paper, in varnishes, in adhesives, glues, yeah, in soap, in paper, sizing, in soda soldering fluxes. From there, the most people know colophonium from violin playing music and from the soldering. And also, it is used as sealing wax, which I also really prefer, because using a little bit of colophonium with beeswax is, and some good natural oil, yeah, you can really make a long-lasting sealing wax for yourself. I also did that. Yeah, come to the next uses. Rosin can be used as a glazing agent in medicines and chewing gum. It is denoted by the E number of E915, a related glycerol ester, or E445, can be used as an emulsifier in soft drinks. In pharmaceuticals, rosin forms an ingredient in several plasters and ointments. Also there. In industry, rosin is a flux used in soldering, like we said before. The lead tin solder commonly used in electronics has 1 to 2% of rosin by weight as a flux core, helping the molten metal flow and making a better connection by reducing the refractory solid oxide layer formed at the surface back to the metal. It is frequently seen as a burnt or clear residue around new soldering. A mixture of pitch and rosin is used to make a surface against which glass is polished when making optical components such as lenses. Rosin is added in small quantities to traditional linseed oil or sand gap fillers, so-called mastic, used in building work. When mixed with waxes and oils, rosin is the main ingredient of mystic smoke, a gum which, when rubbed and suddenly stretched, appears to produce puffs of smoke from the fingertips. Rosin is extensively used for its friction increasing capacity in several fields. Players of both string instruments rub cakes or blocks of rosin on their bow hair so it can grip the strings and make them speak, literally, or vibrate even more clearly. Occasionally, substances such as beeswax, gold, silver, tin, or meteoric iron are added to the rosin to modify its stitch friction properties and the tone that can be produced. Powdered Powdered rosin can be applied to new hair, for example with a felt pad or cloth to reduce the time taken in getting sufficient rosin onto the hair. Rosin is often reapplied immediately before playing the instrument. Lighter rosin is generally preferred for violins and violas in high humidity climates, while darker rosins are preferred for cellos and for players in cool, dry areas. There are also specific distinguishing types for basses. Violin rosin can be applied to the bridges in other musical instruments also, such as the banjo and banjolele, in order to prevent the bridge from moving during vigorous playing. Ballet, flamenco, and Irish dancers are known to rub the tips and the heels of their shoes in powdered rosin to reduce slippage on clean wooden dance floors or competition performance stages. It was at one time used in the same way in fencing and is still used as such by boxers. Gymnasts and team handball players use it to improve grip. Rock climbers have used it in some locations. Olympic weightlifters rub the soles of their weightlifting boots in rosin to improve traction on the platform. It is applied to the track surface at the starting line of drag racing courses to improve traction. Bull riders rub rosin on the rope and glove for additional grip. Baseball pitchers and 10-pin bowlers may use a small cloth bag of powdered rosin for better ball control. Baseball players sometimes combine rosin with sunscreen, creating very sticky substance that allows far more grip on the ball than the rosin alone will. The use of such a substance is a violation of Major League Baseball rules. Rosin can be applied to the hands in aerial acrobatics such as aerial silks and pole dancing to increase grip. An etching plate covered with powder resin. Also other uses that are not based on frictional use or friction. Therefore, we have fine art. Uses rosin for temporary emulsions and a painting medium component for oil paintings. It is soluble in oil of turpentine and turpentine substitute and needs to be warmed. In a printmaking technique, a quantic rosin is used on the etching plate in order to create surfaces in gray tones. Also, in archery, when a new bowstring is being made or waxed for maintenance purposes, rosin may be present in the wax mixture. This provides an amount of tackiness to the string to hold its constituent strands together and reduce wear and fraying. Also, dog groomers use powdered rosin to aid in removal of excess hair from deep in the ear canal by giving the groomer a better grip to grasp the hair with. Some brands of fly paper use a solution of rosin and rubber as the adhesive. Rosin is sometimes used as an ingredient in dubbing wax used in fly tying. Rosin is used hot to de-encapsulate epoxy integrated circuits. Rosin can be mixed with beeswax and a small amount of linseed oil to affix reeds to reed blocks in accordions. Rosin potatoes can be cooked by dropping potatoes into boiling rosin and cooking until they float to the surface. Is not what I prefer though. Rosin and its derivatives also exhibit wide-ranging pharmaceutical applications. Rosin derivatives derivatives show excellent film forming and coating properties. They are also used for tablet film and anti-coating purpose. Rosin have also been used to formulate microcapsules and nanoparticles. Glycerol, sorbitol, and methyl esters of rosin are used as chewing gum, also basis for medicinal application. The degradation and biocompatibility of rosin and rosin-based biomaterial has been examined in vitro and ex vivo. So, there are even more uses of colophonium. You can search it, and yeah, there are a lot of books about it. There are a lot of articles of colophonium. So this chapter was just about use, definition, that you get an overview that this material is really used industrial, chemical, as you heard, for music, for dancing, for sports, in sports, for metal work, for art, like I do, or in my way or another way. Yeah, so you have now a little bit better overview about this material. Show respect to colophonium, because colophonium is the solid form of the blood of the trees still distilled. So yeah, use it wisely. Use it wisely and sustainable, and show some respect from the gift of the trees, from the palm trees especially. That's it. Colophonium in general. See you at the next video and chapter.